Hello, my name is Melissa. I'm with the Top Drawer RVA located in Richmond, Virginia. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to fix a chalk painted piece of furniture. Somebody painted this, it wasn't me, and they didn't do it properly. I'm going to teach you how to do the proper prep work in order to paint your chalk pieces and get them ready for sale. Tools needed for this job are wood filler or Dixiebell Mud, a tape measure, hammer, wood boards, nails, wood glue, metal spatula, and chop saw. Let's go over some of the problems with this dresser. The finial needs to be glued in and reattached. The drawers do not open smoothly. They need to be waxed on so they glide easily in and out. The paint was done improperly. There's no paint along the edges of the drawers and along the sides. There's a problem with sealing on this dresser. Somebody did not seal this properly or prep it properly. They did not clean. There's tan and bleed throughs, as well as veneer chipping along the base of the dresser. This is a gorgeous vintage piece of furniture. It's solid wood and has great bones. By working together, we can fix these small issues and make sure that we can get it prepped and ready for chalk paint. In order to fix the veneer issue on the side of this dresser, I decided to use thin MDF board. You can have this wood cut at any local Lowe's or Home Depot or your local hardware store. I take my wood, measure the sides, cut it with a chop saw. I then can secure the wood with wood glue and nails. After measuring, I use my chop saw to cut the wood to size. I then use small finishing nails to secure each corner into the side panel. Make sure that you take the time to do the same thing to the opposite side of the dresser so they both match evenly. For smaller veneer issues, you can use a product called Dixiebell Mud. It's a white paste that you can use to fill in holes and divots. If you'd like to try wood filler, it's an easy fix as well. You can use a spatula to keep it flat. When it dries, you make sure to sand your surface smoothly. On this piece, I'm keeping the original hardware. I'm leaving the holes where they are, but if you needed to replace the hardware, this is the time when you would take your wood filler or Dixiebell Mud to fill in those holes, wait until dry, and then sand completely smooth. This way, when you're ready, you can take the time to drill the new holes as needed. Okay, let's talk about proper prep. Proper preparation in regards to chalk paint is very, very important. You could paint the most beautiful thing in the entire world, but if you did not clean it, you're going to have gross things happen. Bleed through, oil bleed through, things from fingerprints can even come through, on through your paint, through your sealer, and onto your beautiful paint job. You don't want that to happen, okay? You're gonna use things like TSP, a cleaner with bleach, simple water and vinegar would even work. Dixiebell makes a product called White Lightning, and it's actually in a powder form, and you disperse it into your water, and you can keep that mixed up and use that whenever you need to clean it. Today, I'm gonna use a bleach spray with water and paper towels, clean this piece entirely, inside and out, take the drawers out, vacuum them out, make sure that your piece is clean and not dirty, because if you don't do the proper prep work, you're gonna pay for it later. All right, let's talk a little bit about sanding. This piece has been previously painted with somebody else's chalk paint. What I wanted to make sure was done was that there was no loose pieces of paint coming off before I put my paint on the piece. I used a high grit sandpaper along with my sander. I completely sanded the whole entire piece to make sure that any loose pieces are off. I've not yet cleaned this piece. You're going to see some sawdust here, but until this is clean and prepped properly, you do not want to use your paint. You can use a regular hand sander, you can use a sanding block as long as you scuff up your edges. If this piece was unpainted, I would be completely happy with doing a light sand, giving it some tooth, giving it some texture to grab onto for my paint. But make sure you do that first before you clean your piece. Clean the entire piece thoroughly. This means removing the drawers and vacuuming the inside as well. Colors used on this project are birchwood, Spanish moss, coffee bean, duck egg, and sea glass. I used an ombre blend from dark to light. There's a couple ways to achieve an ombre finish. I like to keep a separate brush for each color that I'm using. I also like to have a spray bottle handy filled with water. Once you lay down your base coat in the initial colors that you choose, you're going to wait for it to dry, and then you're going to apply your second coat. Using your spray misting bottle and your separate brushes, you can pull all the colors together. The original finish of this dresser was easily scraped off with a fingernail. This was due to somebody not taking the time to seal their piece properly. I'm going to seal the piece today with clear wax by Dixiebell. I'm going to use a buffing brush along with a wax brush to do this properly. I wanted to highlight the corners of this piece. I used warm gold gilding wax by Dixiebell with a small brush in order to add some shine and glimmer on the edges. I then reinstalled the original hardware. After the wax is dried and been buffed, you're ready to stage. By taking the time to properly prepare your piece for chalk paint, you're ensuring that your piece is going to last for years to come. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit the notification button down below. If you would like to try your own Dixiebell paint, I'm including a link in the comments below.